Alright. Well, there we go with the buffering already. What? I just get started and I got the red light and it goes green and it goes red and back to green again. That was weird. Oh my gosh, well, that ain't helping any. All this stuff. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to look at that now. Alright, so I'll get that later. Alright. Alright, I think it is sounding better. I hope it's sounding better than it did. Now, if only we can get somebody to listen. Why can't I find my show on here? It's there. There. I like to delete. Oh boy. Oh, hold on a second. What am I on? That's why. I'm on the satellite. I was on the satellite on the tablet, and it takes forever to get loaded up. There I am. Alright. That should sound better now. Okay, so let's get going. Close that. Okay, so now we got that going. I'm going to go ahead and get this loaded up. Tonight's reading is for March 13th, 2018, day 28, and chapters 20 and 21 of Luke. if I can only find where to put it. Why do I always have this trouble here? Okay, hold on a second. Now I gotta find it. Always a challenge. Always a challenge. There it is, right there, in the middle of the not in order. I don't know why it's not in order, but there it is. Okay. So now, okay, now I can close that out. Close that out. Add it. There, okay, now there it is. Okay, do I have anyone here? Is anyone? Hey, Dick, how you doing? All right. This is me live. Yeah, I'm here. All right, I'm going to get started now that you're here. Okay. Now, where is...
Wish I had a kitchen with a big wooden table and a bay window looking out over the back 40 acres. I wish I had a back 40 acres full of flowers and cucumbers and a path through the woods down the hill to the river. You there with those stones in the water, with those stones in the water, those stones in the water. Calling on the spirits lost and forgotten, come sit around my table. We'll feast from the garden, tell stories of madness, stories of crazy and lost inhibitions and adventures to the tops of the highest of mountains and down to the valleys, down and up again. And I'll meet you there with those stones in the water, those stones in the water, those stones in the water. my sweet friend, how have you been? I've been around the world and back again. Did you ever get my letters? If you didn't, that's okay. I mostly wrote them down for myself anyway. I wish I had a fire with a circle full of family, your arms around my middle, so strong to hold me, laughter and song, moonlight and stories. I'd throw words in the fire and give them to cinder, all my fears and desires, cumbersome hindrance, life in the sun, life in the shadows. And I'll meet you there with those stones in the water, with those stones in the water, with those stones in the water. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there.
Well, I wanna write you a story, but I ain't got one to tell. One that's laden with hooks like you read in a book, and it gets itself stuck in your head. All I've got is this guitar and a heart that's been broken into. A few little songs, hope you'll all sing along and have a drink or two. As the band it plays and that music keeps calling our names, who we are and who we're becoming is all about change. I know these stories won't leave us the same. Well, the world, it keeps on changing, but me, I stay the same. At least that's what I tell myself, so I've got somebody to blame. It's time to look in the mirror to the things we cannot see. If this world's gonna get any better, then it has to start with me. And the band it plays, yeah, that music keeps calling our names, who we are and who we're becoming is all about change. I know these stories won't leave us the same. caught up in the madness. We've all got stories to tell, 'cause we've all seen glimpses of heaven and walked through pieces of hell. But we're all still left here standing, and we won't be afraid, 'cause we're all in this together. I know these stories won't leave us the same.
Luke 20.
And it came to pass that on one of those days, as he taught the people in the temple and preached the gospel, the chief priests and the scribes came upon him with the elders, and spake unto him, saying, Tell us, by what authority doest thou these things? Or who is he that gave thee this authority? And he answered and said unto them, I will also ask you one thing, and answer me. The baptism of John, was it from heaven or of men? And they reasoned with themselves, saying, If we shall say from heaven, he will say, Why then believed ye him not? And if we say, Of men, all the people will stone us, for they be persuaded that John was a prophet. And they answered that they could not tell whence it was. And Jesus said unto them, Neither tell I you by what authority I do these things. Then began he to speak to the people this parable. A certain man planted a vineyard, and let it forth to husbandmen, and went into a far country for a long time. And at the season he sent a servant to the husbandmen, that they should give him of the fruit of the vineyard. But the husbandmen beat him, and sent him away empty. And again he sent another servant, and they beat him also, and entreated him shamefully, and sent him away empty. And again he sent a third, and they wounded him also, and cast him out. Then said the Lord of the vineyard, What shall I do? I will send my beloved son. It may be they will reverence him when they see him. But when the husbandmen saw him, they reasoned among themselves, saying, This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, that the inheritance may be ours. So they cast him out of the vineyard, and killed him. What therefore shall the Lord of the vineyard do unto them? He shall come and destroy these husbandmen, and shall give the vineyard to others. And when they heard it, they said, God forbid. And he beheld them, and said, What is this then that is written? The stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner? Whosoever shall fall upon that stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder. And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him, and they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. And they watched him, and sent forth spies, which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. And they asked him, saying, Master, we know that thou sayest and teachest rightly, neither acceptest thou the person of any, but teachest the way of God truly. Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar, or no? But he perceived their craftiness, and said unto them, Why tempt ye me? Show me a penny. Whose image and superscription hath it? They answered and said, Caesar's. And he said unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which be Caesar's, and unto God the things which be God's. And they could not take hold of his words before the people, and they marveled at his answer, and held their peace. Then came to him certain of the Sadducees, which deny that there is any resurrection. And they asked him, saying, Master, Moses wrote unto us, If any man's brother die having a wife, and he die without children, that his brother should take his wife, and raise up seed unto his brother. There were therefore 7 brethren, and the first took a wife, and died without children. And the second took her to wife, and he died childless. And the third took her, and in like manner the 7 also, and they left no children, and died. Last of all the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife of them is she? For 7 had her to wife. And Jesus answering said unto them, The children of this world marry and are given in marriage. But they which shall be accounted worthy to obtain that world, and the resurrection from the dead, neither marry nor are given in marriage. Neither can they die any more, for they are equal unto the angels, and are the children of God, being the children of the resurrection. Now that the dead are raised, even Moses showed at the bush, when he calleth the Lord the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. For he is not a God of the dead, but of the living, for all live unto him. Then certain of the scribes answering said, Master, thou hast well said. And after that they durst not ask him any question at all. And he said unto them, How say they that Christ is David's son? And David himself saith in the book of Psalms, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool. David therefore calleth him Lord. How is he then his son? Then in the audience of all the people he said unto his disciples, Beware of the scribes, which desire to walk in long robes, and love greetings in the markets, and the highest seats in the synagogues, and the chief rooms at feasts, which devour widows' houses, and for a show make long prayers. The same shall receive greater damnation.
Luke 21.
And he looked up, and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury. And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in thither 2 mites. And he said, Of a truth I say unto you, that this poor widow hath cast in more than they all. For all these have of their abundance cast in unto the offerings of God. But she of her penury hath cast in all the living that she had. And as some spake of the temple, how it was adorned with goodly stones and gifts, he said, As for these things which ye behold, the days will come in the which there shall not be left one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, and pestilences. And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees. When they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of God is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away, till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And in the daytime he was teaching in the temple, and at night he went out, and abode in the mount that is called the Mount of Olives. And all the people came early in the morning to him in the temple, for to hear him.
The universe is calling you. The universe is calling me. It speaks both day and night. It's full of dark and light. And I've heard others call from light years away, and they're real and they're here. Space and time are instantly clear. Planets spin, grids in place. We can travel through space. Fields and forms, math and voids. It all sings with one voice. It's boundaries set, foundations laid. Sound was heard, matter made. Solar systems from afar. Names and numbers for the stars, and I've heard others call from light years away, and they're real and they're here. Space and time are instantly clear. Planets spin, grids in place. We can travel through space. It's the Lord.
All right. That was good. Let me get that sunset picture up there. Yeah, so I wasn't trying to argue necessarily. I was just making an observation of, that doesn't look like very even, but it will have to do, I think. We'll just put that like that. That's good enough. Okay. That looks better than the black screen. Yeah, so I wasn't necessarily debating or arguing the time frame or I was just asking a simple, well, maybe not a simple question. I was just asking a question about time, generation. We count a generation for us, what, like 75 to 100 years, I guess. Well, you got great-grandkids, that would be 3 generations, right? So if you have great-grandkids, and you got, like my great-grandparents, when I was growing up, I was, 3rd generation down, right? So if you count 100 years as a generation, well, we're well past we're well past that generation that was, this generation won't pass what it, oh no, I'll have to quote it later. But anyway, it talks about, a little buffering tonight. I don't know what's going on, but not too bad overall. But yeah, so just curiosity, just about that. I mean, like, you look at the Old Testament and how some of them lived to be, close to 1,000 years old. That's incredible when you think about it. I mean, I'm having a hard time understanding 100 years. No less than even another 20, So I don't understand. I don't get the 1,000-year lifespan. I used to watch a show called Highlanders. They were people that were hundreds of years old. The only time they would die is if their head was cut off, and then they would have their power transferred to the person that took their life. But anyway, I couldn't imagine having to live with that fear, wondering who's going to cut my head off. That would be kind of weird. You can sense who's your friend, who's your enemy, and then you have to fight them to survive. But in this case here, in generation, I mean, well, now it's been 2,000 years since that time, as far as we know of. So is that still obviously the same generation, because what he said hasn't come to pass yet. So same generation, obviously. So it's not necessarily about a time frame. It's about a sequence of events that labels a generation. So that's something to consider when you're talking of a time frame. Not necessarily a time frame. It's a sequence of events. So like when Jesus said, for instance, all his whole 3-year ministry, his whole life was a ministry, mind you, but 3-year ministry for the salvation message. He was always saying the end is near. Well, here we are. It hasn't happened yet. If it was near then, I mean, yeah, I guess to him, everything would be close by, right? It would be near. And then looking at the fact that at best they were only living, 60 years old, maybe 80 years old, maybe 100 at that point. I don't really know what the average lifespan was then at that point, but it dropped drastically from the 964 Adam, or not Adam, but Adam was 900 and something, right? 960 something. Methuselah was 969. And so anyway, in the time of Jesus, I think what was the lifespan? Maybe 60. But then there were some that were older than that, 80, 90 years old. And they talked about it, but not very often. The basic lifespan, I think, was around 60. I'll have to look that up. That's a good question. So the generation would have been 60 years. Generation, I think, is decided on your life expectancy. But then when Jesus is talking about eternal, everlasting, eternal situation, which is what he always dealt with, he always talked about the forever, the everlasting, which that would be a forever generation, which again, it's a circumstantial situation, not necessarily dealing with direct time. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, and I don't know if it really matters. The point that we got to realize is that we're still in that very same generation, because what he said has not passed yet. So we're still waiting. And if either one of us are alive when that happens, hope that we're on the right team. I think we are, yeah. I just pray for this, pray for peace, pray for... Today's fruit of the day, by the way. Today's, Tuesday, so, right, yeah, so... Today's fruit of the day is peace, love, joy, peace. And tomorrow is I know, I'm wondering if you do. But anyway, is tomorrow. Or patience is tomorrow. Peace is today. Patience tomorrow. I still messed it up. Anyway. See, it's amazing. I remember when I was growing up in the 70s, 60s and 70s, and the late 60s, I was thinking, man, I wonder what 1970 is going to be like. It didn't really change that much for me. We didn't have a cell phone yet, no internet yet. Only had 3 channels, and then the public channels were 4 or 3.5 channels for TV. We had some couple of radio stations. Bay Area, we used to listen to KFRC, San Francisco, AM, of course. And then FM came out, and that was a big deal. But in the 70s, I was thinking, man, wonder what 1980 is going to be like. Then I joined the Navy. And in the mid-80s, I stopped really wondering what 1990 was going to be like. And I just kind of lived my life trying to survive. But then I was kind of wondering about 89 or so. What is 1990 going to be like? Really not much change. Oh, technology gotten better, kind of. And then, of course, we are at 2018. Amazing. We're still in the same generation. But that's alright. We'll keep doing this as long as we got the ability to. So, I think that is all I got for tonight after I rambled on about absolutely nothing. Yeah. Oh, well, some good news. I got some assistance on my natural gas bill, so that's good news. It's about time I got some help going with that. So, God did answer prayer on that one, if anybody's been praying for that. Alright, so I guess that's about all I got. And I'm going to get that picture lined up eventually. It's off kilter here, off center. I see that. You might not notice it, but I notice it. I wonder. But I wonder if I can get that. Uh-oh, no. Oh, that's a little bit better. Let's see if that works. Oh, there it goes. Okay, binary change. Okay. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Well, unless you wanted to try something, you're probably going to go to sleep at this point. But I got this. I'm going to play 2 of the same songs I've played already. I got some other songs that I can play. Yeah, I put it all together, that video I told you about. It takes about 19 minutes, if you can bear with it. and listen to some nice music. You've heard some of them before, but I'll go ahead and load them up and see if they'll play. There's a little jump at the beginning of it, a little interference thing. I'm not sure what that's about, but go ahead and minus that out, get that out of there. I just wanted to see if it would keep on playing for 19 minutes or so. Now where'd I put it at? Come on. And see, on this OBS, I found this is the best way to do it for adding a group of songs like this. You put it all in one file. Now if I can find it now. There it is. Okay, here we go. This is the Pony Rug Collection, Brianna Lane, Stones in the Water, and I don't remember all the other names. Carrie Arnett. Oh boy, I don't remember all the names. And then Matthew French at the end though. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this going.
Wish I had a kitchen with a big wooden table and a bay window looking out over the back 40 acres. I wish I had a back 40 acres full of flowers and cucumbers and a path through the woods down the hill to the river. You there, with those stones in the water, with those stones in the water, those stones in the water. Calling on the spirits, lost and forgotten, come sit around my table. A feast from the garden, tell stories of madness, stories of crazy and lost inhibitions, and adventures to the tops of the highest of mountains and down to the valleys, down and up again. And I'll meet you there, with those stones in the water, those stones in the water, those stones in the water. Dear sweet friend, how have you been? I've been around the world and back again. Did you ever get my letters? If you didn't, that's okay. I mostly wrote them down for myself anyway. I wish I had a fire with a circle full of family, your arms around my middle, so strong to hold me, laughter and song, moonlight and stories. I'd throw words in the fire and give them to cinder on my shadows. I'll meet you there with those stones in the water, with those stones in the water, with those stones in the water. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. I'll not relent until it's end. Lay down your sail over and over again, and I was in the midst of it. Who you question your intentions with, but I was only part of it. Though you're idling in the circumvent. Frozen is the lake, and my legs shake with autumn in the ground. I hear the sound of a train that's moving northward bound, while the birds are bathing in the south, and I was standing in a light of an envy green reflected on the night. Different town, different man, train horn blowing at 2 a.m. This is the same America, but I don't recognize a thing. Tired story, tired fear, I want it all within the year. This is the same America, we're all wishing
on a dream, but so many fell asleep. Old like grandpa, old like loss. Go on now, give fate a toss. You're living in America, you can't count on anything. Empty promise, empty bowls. We got good ideas, can't patch the holes, but we're living in America. We're all counting on this thing. Fresh like linen, like lemonade, bound as we are to fade away. I'm living in America and I don't count on anything. Hope for sunrise, hope for change, while America goes up in flames. The screens, the money rob us clean, a cheap shot hit right to the knees. America, you're a sight to see. Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see? I can't count on you, but you've been left to me. Since you've gone and left this dusty old town, I've been filling up my lonely nights, drinking it all down. I spent all my money and I wasted all my time. And I know when I get home, you'll still be on my mind. I'm tired
tired of these still.
Well, I wanna write you a story, but I ain't got one to tell. One that's laden with hooks like you're reading a book, and it gets itself stuck in your head. All I've got is this guitar and a heart that's been broken in two. A few little songs, hope you'll all sing along and have a drink or two. As the band it plays, and that music keeps calling our names. Who we are and who we're becoming is all about change. I know these stories won't leave us the same. Well, the world, it keeps on changing, but me, I stay the same. At least that's what I tell myself, so I've got somebody to blame. It's time to look in the mirror to the things we cannot see. If this world's gonna get any better, then it has to start with me. And the band it plays, yeah, that music keeps calling our names. Who we are and who we're becoming is all about change. I know these stories won't leave us the same. Well, we've all been caught up in the madness. We've all got stories to tell, 'cause we've all seen glimpses of heaven and walked through pieces of hell. But we're all still left here standing, and we won't be afraid, 'cause we're all in this together. I know these stories won't leave us the same.
Wow. Alright. That was close. It dropped out once. Yeah, that was tough. But got through it. Got done with all of it. And I'm good to go. Hope you enjoyed that arrangement with those 4 songs there, 5 songs before. 4 songs, I think. I work on putting some other stuff together. And, yeah, we'll get that done. I'm going to work on some audio library stuff that has free copyright stuff. Don't worry about copyright infringement with that. Okay. Or with what I just played. I'm able to share it. Okay. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you in the morning. I'll try to be closer to 9 o'clock. Unless I happen to get up early. And we'll start at 8:30 then. But 9 o'clock Central Time on Mixler.com. But you can also go to my website, www.ERRTradio.com. Click on the player on the top. It says Mixler Player. Click on that. Sign up. Follow me. And listen to the show. Alright. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you next time.